Yeah, Michigan and Wacker, Jim, we're literally only about 20 or 30 yards from the other store that was looted over there. I want to bring your attention to the store right over there, Chicago Sports. There appears to be a small fire that is starting inside. You can see people outside gawking a little bit. I can tell you, photojournalist Tim Visti, who we are also with, is calling 911 to report the fire at this time. About 20 minutes ago, we saw people breaking in, stealing gear, equipment, jerseys, hats, and now it appears that it's now a fire scene. You can see people outside, smoke starting to billow from inside the store, and we are waiting for some sort of fire response out here. Photojournalist Tim Visti, were you able to call?
I just talked to the fire department, and they're on their, she said they'll let them know, and they might be on their way.
Okay.
So.
Thank you very much. So Tim did notify 911. We are told that there should be some sort of fire response, hopefully as soon as possible.
See any police officers around the scene right now?
We have seen none, and it has been shocking. And part of that may be that they are at different parts of the city where there is more dire need, perhaps human life at stake. These are businesses.
Black Lives Matter.
Excuse me, miss. I'm so sorry to bother you. These are businesses here, and what's being destroyed can be replaced. So that is always a possibility. But to your initial question, we aren't seeing police here right now.
Now look at the raging fire. It was a small fire, and now look at it. Jeremy?
And Jim, we've seen this build. I want to immediately say that from our 911 call, it took Chicago firefighters, police officers, about 10 minutes to get here. Considering all that's going on, pretty decent response time. And you can see the firefighters battling the flames and the smoke right now. This thing lit up in only a matter of minutes. Earlier this evening, we saw someone with a skateboard bust through there. People followed, and as a result, they started stealing and looting a bunch of items inside. Now that was a sports store that's now going up in flames. There appears to be offices above there on the second and third floor. In addition, it's right next to Naf Naf Grill and Eatery here and ATI Physical Therapy. So immediately you gotta wonder to yourself, what about the smoke damage, the forthcoming water damage? What about all the items that were inside that were looted before this store was set on fire? And you can see those flames continue to engulf what was a sports store. And at this point in time, we're seeing one ladder truck, another ladder truck pulling up from the Chicago Fire Department. There are news crews that are on the scene here as well as firefighters get in position to try and battle what all of a sudden has sparked up to be a fairly significant fire. When we initially started broadcasting here and showing you these pictures live, it was smoldering inside. We saw a little smoke. Oh, what a difference only a few minutes makes when it comes to a fire and potential flammable items that may have been inside this store. And as you see, those flames now rising to the second to the third story. You can see it now, water being applied to this fire, fortunately, and hopefully they can limit the damage. I want to give you another look at the water that they're spraying on the building. It looks like what they're trying to do is hit so-called hot spots. The fire began on the first floor, and the physics of fire allow that fire to rise to the second and or third floor, and you can see that water spray now hitting the second floor. So they're trying to make sure that all the fire is completely out, that smoke continues to billow, and that's where we are right now. No word from the store owner, the store manager at this point, because the fire only recently set. It's unclear how many businesses are going to be affected by this, because there's probably about 5 or 6 in the area behind us, perhaps to the left or to the right, that could be undergoing smoke damage or water damage as a result of this fire. So part of the story of what's going on this evening following the protests, we hear a lot about Chicago police trying to keep demonstrators in line, trying to make sure that they don't break in to nearby businesses. Firefighters are out here doing their job as well. And so certainly this is the latest fire that we're talking about. It seems that they have things under control. No reports of any injuries. Certainly a loss for at least one business, if not more. We are live in downtown. Jeremy Ross, CBS 2 News. Jim.